So let's play a couple more tunes together, why don't we? Everybody's got their fiddles out. What would you like to play? We mentioned Old Joe Clark. That's good, but if we can play anything. How about Dog Treat a Possum?
Let's
We
do that
didn't
one.
play that because
Yeah.
we rejected it. All right, let's try a little. It's in D. I'm sure a lot of people who play around here know that because that's a popular Illinois tune.
Yes, it is.
So we'll play one more together. Anybody got a suggestion for something they already know that they'd like to play? We keep throwing stuff up, but see, some people know. But what's that? Trip to Windsor. That's gonna be. I don't think a lot of people will know that. Unfortunately, that's a great tune. We love it.
Yeah, it is great.
We'll play it for you when we get ready. Anything else there?
5 miles from town?
Sure. Well, now there's 5 miles out of town and there's 5 miles from town. That's the
And
problem.
5 miles to town.
Yeah, I think I know the one that's out of town. All right, let's play a little Old Joe Clark, and,
Okay.
then we'll do our thing here.
Sure.
Okay. That's it.
Is that
All right.
A or?
A, yeah. We'll give you a second there. So I'll just tell you, Aaron and I, this is our second cycle of working as master and apprentice in the Illinois Master-Apprentice program. It's a folk arts program administered by the Arts Council, and so part of having this is we do a little show at the end for the to invite the public.
Yeah.
The last time we did it, it was COVID time, so we did a YouTube show.
Yep.
And so a lot of people saw that, but this is great. I'm so happy so many people came out today. It's really
thank
awesome.
you all for coming out.
Really great. Yes.
How much did Aaron know before he started working?
Oh, Aaron knew a lot. Aaron knew a lot. Yeah. No, Aaron won the state championship last year, and I think I have pictures of us in 2017.
Yeah.
First and second, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's right.
In 2017.
Advanced apprentice.
He's a very advanced apprentice. I'd say he's a journeyman. No. That's a good question, though. But I take all comers, though.
Yeah.
I was getting my hopes up.
Actually, he just bought his fiddle and came to me last year.
Yeah.
So that's
Brandon.
that's the kind of progress he's made.
He's a good teacher. He's a
He
good
got it at a thrift shop and got it fiddle and brought it over. So,
Though, just to add to that, I feel like if you come to the apprenticeship starting off with a good amount of ability, you can learn all the hard stuff,
right.
And
Yeah.
so that's what we were really working on, is basically the, finishing touches, or the
Right.
more advanced.
And polishing the tunes up.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. The more of the stylistic elements, rather than just repertoire or basic technique.
Yeah, and I like to learn. I always like to be learning several tunes that I can't play, like ability-wise, And so I was sharing those with Aaron, and we were kind of swapping things
Yep.
back and forth on those because I think you should always be working on something you can't quite do, because if you want to advance your playing, and it really helps to play like some tune you go, how the heck are they doing that? You listen to a recording and then you try to decipher it.
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah, the tunes we were working on, there's no way that you could learn them in 6 months. It would take you six. You could learn the rims in 6 months,
Right.
but then
To-
to really learn the tune, it'd take
to finalize
years.
it and to
Yeah.
get to where you could really play it. Yeah.
What techniques were so hard that you had trouble with them? Is that?
Well, there's certain tunes that have difficult bowing, they have difficult fingering.
Maybe we should play Trip to Windsor's.
Yeah, yeah. that one took me a while to get
If
onto.
we go into A, we play Old Joe Clark, then we should play Trip to Windsor because that's a toughie. Yeah.
Sure, we could do that. Okay. But yeah, there are tunes that I struggle to play. There's stuff they have passages that are kind of up the neck and difficult fingering, difficult string crossing.
And then there's the bowing.
And
changing
then,
keys. Yeah.
right, and then difficult bowing. That takes me a while to sort out. Sometimes I play on a tune for a couple of years before I can play it.
Yeah, and or even like advanced chord progressions.
Right.
It's different. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot more to fiddle music too when you start diving into it. Some of the tunes are really, really difficult to play.
Yeah.
Really challenging. So.
How did the apprenticeship program work? I mean, work together weekly, monthly, in person, online, both?
We do both.
Both,
We
yeah.
do both. We'd usually work once a week or once every week and a half on Zoom, because Aaron lives in Chatham and I'm up in Evanston.
Yep.
But then we got together several times. We got together at a fiddle contest.
We run in the same circles.
Yeah, we know a lot of the same
Go
people. Yeah,
camp
it's a
together,
small world,
play
and
together.
and come down to his house and hang out for
Yeah,
a weekend.
Mhm.
And he'd come up and see me, and we'd meet at a fiddle contest somewhere and play. So, yeah. But a lot of it wasn't done online. I get a lot of lessons online, and so you get to where you have facility for teaching people, even though they're not right in front of you. But that takes a while to get used to it in itself.
Yeah.
And even learning online is hard at
Yeah.
first.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotten better through the pandemic because technology, there's better programs
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
now.
Yeah, and a lot of the learning too is, Charlie would send me resources and I'd study them.
Ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Then we'd get together and work on, the hard bits.
Right. Yeah. We don't work too much from music, though. Sometimes I'll give him music just to. Cause I believe in anything you can do to get the tune in your head is worthwhile. So we never play from music, but sometimes if you're just trying to figure out the notes rather than struggling through a recording or something, there they are. You can kind of get them under your fingers and then turn it into a tune.
Yep.
So, all right. How about a little Old Joe Clark?
Okay.
Is it going to be the mold? I play it non-modal.
Non-moldy?
I play it non-modal. So.
Yeah.
Non-moldy, all right.
That has to be a G.
Okay.
By the way, I don't think anybody mentioned there is a jar by the door that's just to pay for the lights. Is all. And somebody turned the air conditioning on too, which feels really awesome. and why do you need air conditioning on the 2nd of November? You know, it's,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
no kidding.
Right.
So yeah, let's give. You want to just pass that around? Just send it around. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
All right, so let's try the Trip to Windsor. Let me play a little bit
Go
of
ahead.
that there. Yeah, that's in A, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this took me a while to figure out. It's going to take me even longer to remember how it
Yeah.
goes.
See crashing burning here. Played it.
There it is. This is actually a kind of a Nova Scotia type tune, you know. I don't know if it's actually a Cape Breton tune necessarily, but it's definitely a Canadian
They play it
tune.
a
Yeah.
lot.
But I just play it my way. I don't play it their way. Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of music in that tune. All right, so Aaron and I are just going to play a few of the things we've been working on and play a few things together, a couple by ourselves. And then at the end, we'll have some friends join us at the very last. So, all right, let's see. Let's play a little bit of that Hell Among the Yearlings.
Okay.
In D. And again, this is a tune that Aaron already played, but I've been playing for years and had invented, if that's the word you can use, created somehow a lot of variations because this was a tune I played in fiddle contests a lot, so I had a lot
This is
of
one of his
stuff.
party
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah, the party piece, right? It's Hell Among the Yearlings, or Heck Among the Cattle if you're in polite company.
It's too loud.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
That was pretty slick there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so let's play. I like to play a lot of Canadian tunes. In fact, when I was learning to play, there was this record in the '60s called 25 Old Time Fiddle Hits, which was sold by K-Tel. You can see that. You can see it on TV. You recall this thing? And all the old fiddlers had it. And it had these great tunes on it that had nothing to do with what we played in Missouri mostly. But they all started absorbing the tunes off this mail order record. And so I learned a lot of them. And then years later, I learned this record came out of Canada. And so it was like all these great Canadian fiddlers like Graham Townsend and Ned Landry and Ward Allen.
Nothing listed on the album.
Yeah, there was no crediting on the album of who was playing the tunes. I thought, oh, and so I ended up by accident learning all these Canadian fiddle tunes. But we like Canadian fiddle
yeah,
tunes.
definitely.
And so a good friend of ours coined a phrase, play it Canadian clean, I believe. And we use that phrase all the time now. So we're going to play a Canadian clean tune, hopefully.
Yep.
In B flat. It's called Mitten's Breakdown, and Earl Mitten was a famous fiddler in the Maritime provinces, and so he played a lot of great tunes. I think he recomposed this one for himself. It's called Mitten's Breakdown.
Is this a U-flat?
Yeah. Good job, man. That's kind of an example of a crazy tune that doesn't sound
Really
that
hard.
hard, but like playing that first part.
Sounds hard.
That's
it's
right.
like,
That's a hard
because the first time I heard that, man, that sounds really good. Because the trick is someone who knows the tune, they play it really smooth and make it sound really easy.
Yeah.
And then you find out it's not.
Not
You
so
try to
easy,
play it,
yeah.
You go, holy cow! How are they doing that?
Is that composed for two or two fiddles, or did you?
No, it's just one, but it sounds good as a twin fiddle tune, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good with two fiddles because it's fiddle music, so you're always a little off. There's this little thing going on.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. And you can play any tune with two fiddles.
Yeah. But not by yourself.
Right, yeah. Just checking.
Yeah. How about why don't you play one by yourself?
Okay.
You've got a couple here we're going to do.
Yeah, let's try that. We'll do the Ned Landry's reel.
Okay, yeah.
In A?
In A, yeah.
This is a tune called Ned Landry's Hornpipe.
Right, right.
And and I think Cyril Stinnett recorded it.
Right, a guy in Missouri, yeah.
Yeah, fiddler in Northwest Missouri, and then but Ned Landry was a fiddler from
New Brunswick, yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's in the key of A.
It's easy to take Pat for granted here on the piano.
Oh
too.
yeah. Sounds great.
So that tune is another interesting thing about, again, this keep coming back to these Canadian tunes.
Yeah.
There was a friend of mine, Bill Shull in Missouri, who he was my partner in crime in collecting and playing fiddle tunes. And every time we'd go record some Missouri fiddler playing a tune, about a month later I'd find a source, I'd say, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's a Canadian fiddle tune. And we think, oh, that's another great Missouri fiddle tune. No, it's not. So that's another example of
Yeah.
a tune like that, that just drifted down. They could hear those CBC AM broadcasts late at night, this ionosphere effect, where it lets you hear a radio station in California late at night. Well, the same could be true of those broadcasts. And so they were always playing fiddle music, and these guys in Iowa and North Missouri had their radios on,
Yeah.
and then they'd scratching along. Hope they play that tune again tomorrow night so I can get the B part.
No, I'll just make one up.
That's right.
Right,
If
right.
not, I'll just make one up. That's right. All right, let's play Red Fox Waltz. How about
Okay.
that? That's a waltz I learned in Missouri from a guy named Taylor McBain. I grew up around Columbia, and this Taylor lived in Columbia. He was an electrician at the university there, but really great fiddler. I learned a bunch of tunes from him when I was first starting out. So let's play that in D. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Play that part again. Yeah, cool. I'd say he's tracking me pretty good on that tune. Well, let's play a couple of jigs.
Okay.
The jigs are the 6/8 time tune stuff. And most people don't associate with American style fiddling except maybe Irish music or in New England. But here in the Midwest, they play a bunch of jigs, and especially up in Michigan and over in Nebraska and Iowa, there was a lot of people playing tunes in 6/8 time. So this first one, we're going to play 2 tunes, but unfortunately they're Canadian. But
we could play.
well, but one of them I learned from a guy in Michigan who didn't know it was a Canadian tune. So that counts as an American tune. He called it Jimmy's Jig. It was a guy named Ed Raber, who was a really great fiddler from Michigan, knew a zillion tunes. And no, Les Raber. Sorry, thank you, Les.
Tuba player, right?
Yeah, what's that?
I think Ed was the tuba player and Les was the fiddle
Were they brothers?
I think so.
Oh, really? This I didn't know anything about. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but Les Raber, yeah, thanks. And but he was a really great fiddler. But you know, he probably listened to Canadian radio too. You know, since he was up in Upper Michigan there somewhere. So the first one is Jimmy's favorite jig, and then the next one is one called the Rock Valley Jig. We sometimes call it the Leave It to Beaver jig because the first little bit of it sounds like the theme to Leave It to Beaver. So
Is the first one in D?
G and C.
G and C. Okay.
There it is.
Yep.
We'll do a couple more, and then I'll ask Robin and Tom to come up here and play a couple with us.
Yep.
So let's see here.
Pick some good ones.
We haven't picked any good ones yet. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Why don't you do your East Tennessee?
I'll play a little East Tennessee
Yeah.
blues. Yeah, okay. So this is kind of a bluegrassy fiddle tune, but it comes from Arthur Smith, Key of C.
C.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Starts on C.
Starts on a C and ends on a C. We'd call that putting a lot of trash in the tune.
Takes hours to perfect that.
Right.
Oh yeah, you sit in the basement and
Hours.
just work on the trash. Well, let's play one more together. How about that Virginia Darling?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So this is a tune that I learned as I was a kid from Pete McMahon, who was a great fiddler from over in central Missouri. In fact, he lived like 20 miles from me. So one of the first people I encountered, and it turns out he was like this nationally known fiddle player, and he was amazing. And he hated bluegrass music, though. He despised like a lot of the old fiddlers didn't like bluegrass, And he always would say one of his key phrases was, "Never put a blue note in a hoedown." I did a little bit of his voice there, a little imitation. But then he would proceed to play a tune like we're about to play, which is full of bluesy notes,
Yeah.
And it turns out later we discovered this tune, Virginia Darling, was actually composed by Bill Monroe. So all along he was playing a straight bluegrass,
Right, yeah.
Poor guy, if he knew, he never. I don't think he had passed away before we all discovered that was actually a Bill Monroe tune. So. All right, so let's play Virginia Darling. What do you
Alrighty.
say?
What key is that in?
A. Thanks very much. This is amazing turnout today.
Yeah, this is great.
So it doesn't get much more bluegrassy than that.
That's
I'd say,
right,
you know,
yeah.
it's hard. So we'd like to have Robin and Tom come up and play a couple tunes
Oh,
with
yeah.
us here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Thank you. D,
Yeah,
yes.
D.
All right. Do it again. Take it home. All right. That sounded powerful, is what it did.
It was.
It was powerful. Then we're going to do Fisher's hornpipe.
Yep.
Then you want to. Then the last one's
And
an
then,
A.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sandy
okay,
Boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, the other
Frosty
one.
Morning.
Frosty.
Frosty.
Frosty morning. So a little Fisher's hornpipe. In D. Pretty good too.
Key of P for powerful.
Power. Okay, so this one is the cold frosty morning. The Melvin wine tune.
Back in A.
It's sort of A. Sometimes it's A
Modal.
minor, and sometimes it isn't.
They may minor no
Sometimes
vocal.
it's A. This is the one with the F.
Yeah, with the F.
Okay.
You got to kick it off.
All right.
Thank
turnout. And
Yeah, thank you.
we can play one more.
Sure.
I want to thank Tom and Robin again for hosting this. And Aaron, man,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and Charlie and Pat.
Yeah, thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, no,
And Pat, yeah.
I was just gonna say, if any of you guys don't get our emails and want to leave your email addresses, I'll make sure that you hear about one or both or all of us. Maybe some of them. We're gonna have our Fiddle weekend again in June, and I'd like to invite you all to come. And if you get our emails, you will get invited. But if you want to be invited, just leave your address, and we'll make sure you do.
I have a question. Is it possible that the music that you played today, all of you, can that be made into like a recording?
Oh, yeah, I can extract the audio from the, yeah. Yeah, we can put it up somewhere. Put it up on SoundCloud or something like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We might find a way to get it to you in particular.
Yeah.
To a certain person. Yeah, we can put up a link to that.
Yeah, that's
I
my
know.
mom.
Yeah, they know each other.
Right, yeah.
Oh, this is Aaron's mom and dad.
Yeah.
Good job.
Actually, we should put in a plug to the Illinois Arts Council too.
Yes, of course. Yeah, and so, and I mentioned once early on, but I need to again, that Aaron and I working together was a program of the Illinois Arts Council,
Yes.
the Master-Apprentice program for traditional arts. So, and we've done it twice now. So,
Yeah.
It's great.
Yay!
Okay, so we now need one more. We didn't write an encore down.
Right.
We should have said that was an encore before we played it.
Yes.
Something in A.
Something in A. Okay.
Something in A.
Oh, A modal. Or you
I
can
can
tune.
change, yeah,
Yeah, he's fast at
whatever
tuning.
the little voices
You
are
guys know
saying.
the song Waterbound?
Not really. I don't. It's. I think we need to sing it. We need to sing it though.
Play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play it if you. Yeah, we.
Probably
What
better
about
not.
I was gonna say the Millers or the.
Miller's Reels. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Waterbound's not really my wheelhouse. It's not one I've messed with. That's good. That's a great song though.
Which key are we going to?
Is it?
A.
I didn't know that.
A major.
A major.
Okay, oh, Miller's.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Completely different. Oh, okay. You use the same title.
I forgot about melodic tension.
Yes, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of melodic tension. We discovered we played this at the contra dance last night and realized we don't play it very much alike. But it was too late to stop. Okay, let's do it. Here we go.
Thank you.